guys, so today I wanted to show you my most used brushes, and I just store them in these two little jars, one for face brushes and one for eye brushes. The rest of my brushes I just store in my Alex drawer. So I'm going to start out with face brushes. My favorite foundation brush is the e.l.f. powder brush. So obviously you can use this for powder as well as foundation, but this is so dense that it blends the product into your skin very well and very fast, so it makes your foundation blend in with your skin really naturally. Also, it's not a brush, but I just have to mention this Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge that I also really like to apply my foundation. Next up is concealers, and for my liquid concealer I use this Sigma Precision Flat Angled P88. It's dirty right now, so I'm sorry about that, but it's just a really small stippling brush, really, that is great for under your eyes, but you can also contour your nose with it or go around parts of your face where it's kind of hard to get to for bigger brushes. So I think this is amazing. For a mineral concealer, I like to use this Real Techniques Domed Shadow Brush. This is also great for blending your eyeshadow or just applying your eyeshadow as well, but I really like this for my mineral concealer. For contouring my face, I used to really like this e.l.f. Professional Bronzing Brush, but I found one that is so much better, and it is the Sigma Tapered Face Brush. It's the F25. This is pretty big, but I think it's great because it's it has like a domed shape, so it comes to a point where I actually put the product, apply it, and then start to blend, because this is so soft and nice to blend with as well. So you can kind of be very precise with your application, but at the same time it won't be too harsh because you get to blend it really well. So I think it's the perfect size for contouring, but I'm sure you can use it for powder and blush and maybe a little bit of highlighting as well. So I think this is a great brush. For blush, I have two favorites. I either use, it's the multitask brush, so this is also good for powder, for contouring, but I think it's amazing for blush. It's so soft, it has the perfect size. I just think it's great for blush. When I use cream blush, I like to either use my fingers or this e.l.f. small stipple brush. I think it's great for that. For highlight, I have a lot of liquid highlighters, so if I use one of those, I just use my fingers, but for powder highlights, I use one of these, either this fan brush that is rather big, and I really didn't know what to do with this for the longest time. I was about to give it away because I never used it. I tried it for contour, which I guess it's okay for contouring, but I love the Sigma one a lot better. But then I realized I could try to use it as a highlighter brush, and it works perfect for that. So if I want a light application of highlighter, this is what I use. If I want a more precise and stronger highlighter, I use the Real Techniques setting brush. So again, this is also great, of course, course, for setting your powder under your eyes, around your nose, or I'm sure this could be good for mineral concealer as well, but I really like it for a more concentrated highlighter effect. Also for covering blemishes, I have two choices. For bigger areas where there's redness and whatnot, I use the Ecotools. I think it's just called the concealer brush. I think this is really good for that. And for more just one little spot, I use this really cheap brush that I got at some cheap store in Norway a long time ago, but this is actually perfect for that kind of work on your face. Then onto the face brushes. Okay, I have a lot of favorites here. Starting with just packing on eyeshadow, I think I'm gonna go with this e.l.f. professional eyeshadow brush. This is when I just want to pack on a color on the lid. If I'm going for just in one eyeshadow look, for one color all over your eye, I go for this Ecotools, I think it's just eyeshadow brush. But this is rather big and it's kind of fluffy, but it just gives a really nice soft result, if you know what I mean. It's not too concentrated. So it just gives like a wash of color, and I really like that. For putting shadow in the crease, I have a couple brushes. For just a wash of color in the crease, like not too precise, which is what I usually do, I use the e.l.f. Professional Blending Eye Brush. I just think this is the perfect size for the job, and it's really soft and nice, so it doesn't give too harsh of a look. But if I want a more precise look, like if I want to do more of a 50s kind of look, like Marilyn Monroe kind of look, and I want to put some shadow in the crease, I would go for my Sigma small tapered blending brush, the E45. This has also this domed shape that makes the brush come to an end. So the same thing with the other Sigma brush that I have. I put the product on the point right here, and then I blend it out. So I find that when I use this brush, I really need to be patient, because it takes a lot of time to blend it out and make it look perfect. But it's really good for a precise crease. This has been my favorite crease brush for many years. It has been ruined and glued back together several times. It's from Max Factor by Jan Thomas. I just think this is maybe something in between those two other brushes, because it's smaller, but and more precise, but it's still very soft, so you get a precise but soft look, if you know what I mean. On to highlighting into my inner corners, I use my E30 Sigma pencil. I think this is perfect for highlighting the inner corners of my eye, but you can definitely use it to blend out any eyeshadow that you've used as a liner as well. For my brow bone, I like to use this very cheap H&M eyeshadow brush. This is more fluffy. And for putting on that eyeshadow liner, I really like to use this other H&M brush. I've had this for years, but this is by far one of my favorite and most used brushes. I think this is great for putting on eyeshadow on the outer V, and for putting a soft liner under or over your eyes. For applying either cream liner or gel liners, I do have a few brushes that I use for different effects. For a super thin line, I use this Kryolan Professional number 3501. Now this is kind of fluffy when it's clean, but when you get product on it, it's so fine. This e.l.f. angled eyeliner brush is great for when you're trying to practice your winged liner, because it has this angle to it, so it's just easier to hold, I guess. It's a great brush for beginners. Then I have this typical angled e.l.f. small angled brush, which is either great for your brows, but I use this for applying a cream liner that doesn't have to be like super thick, but it's really nice to create a wing with this one. It just makes it really easy when it's angled. Then the last brush that I'm going to mention for putting on eyeliner is the Sigma E05 eyeliner. This is just very easy. It's small, so it's nice to take with you when traveling. It's just a great brush. There's nothing more to say about it. You can make a wing liner with it. You can make a eyeshadow liner with it, whatever you want. You can use it with gel liners, cream liners. Also, this e.l.f. angled contour brush is perfect for blending out your eyeshadow. I'm sure you can use this for mineral concealer as well, or contouring your nose. The last brush I'm going to talk about, or actually the second to last one, is also from Max Factor by Jan Thomas. It's a brow brush, and I just use it for my brow. I'm sure you can use this for your eyeliner as well, but I just think it's a little bit more fluffy, so it's easier to use for your brows because it gives a more natural result. Because I like to use a eyebrow pencil first to kind of shape my brows, and then I fill in with some eyebrow powder and using this one. The last brush I'm going to talk about, I know I have many favorites, but I just have to mention all of them, is this, the name is rubbed off, but it's from e.l.f. and it's the retractable lip brush. There's a couple lip colors that I have in a little eyeshadow palette that I use, and I like, instead of dipping my finger into it, I like to use this one, and it just makes the application be more, you know, it's just more precise, and it's also great for using on darker lipsticks, red lipsticks, whatever you want, but it just makes applying lipstick with a lip brush just makes the lipstick stay on a lot longer. So those were all of my favorite, most used brushes at the moment, and I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye!